Hi, everyone, and welcome to Homeschool Casa y Escuela. We are back. We are back for our third season after what I hope was a refreshing summer break for all of us in the Northern Hemisphere. Here in Mexico, it's been only a couple of weeks or so since we kicked off the new school year, and we still might be feeling the craziness of these days, but also all the energy that comes with new beginnings. So congratulations to all of you that are just about starting a new school year. Today, I am addressing you in English with subtitles in Spanish, of course, because we have a very special guest for this opening episode of our third season. Today, we have Dr. Koen Timmers with us to talk about the Climate Action Project. Okay, so what is the Climate Action Project? You are going to learn about that in this episode. Stay with us if you care about the planet and if you want to coach your students, whatever age they are, into becoming environmental activists. I met Koen Timmers many years ago when we were both twice finalists for the Global Teacher Prize back in 2015 and 2016. The second year, Koen even made it into the top 10, and we all felt very proud of him. And you will soon find out why. Later on, Koen and I collaborated with 4 other great teacher friends to co-author the book Teaching in the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which was very well received in the education world. And there are some versions of this book in other languages, Spanish included. But please allow me to read a brief bio so you can get to know Koen a little better before we start our conversation. So here we go. Koen Timmers is a Belgian executive director of TAG Inc., a non-profit based in Florida, the United States. He's an author and former teacher. In 2018, he was announced by Bill Gates as one of the best teachers globally as part of the Global Teacher Prize. Koen holds a master's degree in technology and Hayes learning, innovation, and challenge, and an honorary doctorate. He is a fellow of the prestigious Royal Society of Arts in the UK. In 2015, he launched the Kakuma project and created a network providing free quality education to African refugees. In 2020, he built 2 schools in the camp in partnership with the UN Refugees Agency. And this was covered by the documentary Heroes for the Planet by Academy Award nominee director Keith Davidson. Koen launched the Climate Action Project involving 4.9 million students and teachers across 164 countries. His work was endorsed by the Dalai Lama, Prince William, and Charlize Theron, and covered by the BBC, CNN, and National Geographic. Koen has been working with the WWF, the UN Environmental Programme, NASA, UNHCR, Lego, Cartoon Network, Microsoft, and Accenture, to name a few. He is the author of the book Game Changer. Koen has spoken about climate education and technology and Hayes learning in 4 continents, including the European Parliament, the UN Climate Conference, and TEDx. And now it's time to welcome Koen into the studio. Koen, I am so happy that I get a chance to talk to you after quite some time. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to you.
Thank you so much. It's been a while, but it's so great to be in your show. Thank you.
It's been a while, but I'm so happy that we have reconnected to present this episode about the Climate Action Project. So let's get right into it. Koen, what is the Climate Action Project?
The Climate Action Project is a project which unites teachers from across the world, and they all are working with their students, making sure that the students know about climate change, but also what they can do about it, so they can take meaningful actions, and we empower them to come up with potential solutions even. And it's really great to see what happens when teachers from across the world are working together. And it's really nice to see what the students have been accomplishing throughout the past years as well.
I am so proud that our school has been a part of the Climate Action Project for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
And our experience has been exactly what you say. Our students share their learning and their actions with other students. And this is a very important component of a global citizenship education, not just learning about what the problems are, but actually doing something. So one of the questions that we usually got from people when we were telling them about our experience with the Climate Action Project is this project only for science teachers?
That's a great question. So no, we have a lot of science teachers joining, but we have teachers from all ages, all kind of subjects. We even have like physical education teachers and math and literature and so many different subjects. So all teachers are welcome to join us, and all teachers can do different kind of activities with the students as well.
And what ages are well, maybe you can share one of the activities that the students will do so we can have a feeling of it. And I know that this can work well for students of different ages, but how can we adapt the activities for them?
So we have a lot of activities basically, and it's not only us, the team, which is providing activities. We also have like great teachers coming up with really awesome activities. They share those at our platform, and then other teachers are able to do those basically. There's a great example from a teacher in Portugal, and she came with her own bioplastic recipe. And you can create your own bioplastic with only milk and vinegar. The great thing about that is that everybody has access to those resources, basically. They're not really expensive, but with this kind of bioplastic, you can create jewelry, you can create your own Lego minifigures. The sky is the limit, basically, and it is sustainable. And it's really nice to see that teachers from South Africa and Australia and China and Mexico started to replicate this activity and started to create new things, new kind of things with this sustainable approach, basically. But we have so many different activities. And the great thing is that teachers can find those activities at the platform according to the age of the students, but also according to the subject they teach. And then they can just choose, and they can choose what they do with their students as well. The project is a project for 6 weeks, and we first dive into what is climate change, and then what is causing climate change, and then the effects of it, what is happening because of that, and then we try to find out the solutions. And the great thing about climate change, it's not a great thing, but the interesting thing is that the causes for climate change are quite the same in Mexico and Belgium and all kinds of continents, but the effects can be very different. We can have floodings in Florida, maybe they have like hurricanes, or in Australia they're having bushfires. And it's really interesting when students become to exchange about that, and they share about what's happening in their country with each other, so that students are learning from each other's cultures and country as well.
Intercultural learning. And I also like very much what you said about teachers sharing their own activities. This is also something that we have seen worldwide, this urgency of giving teachers agency. So it's not just that the activities come set and ready for you to implement. Yes, there's of course part of that, but you can also do your own activities and share them with the community. Now, I know that teachers, almost everywhere, I will say, we feel pressed for time. And that's a big concern. Maybe we have some teachers listening to us right now and they say, this is great, I would love to try it, but how am I going to find time for it? So Can you let us know how much time will it take a teacher to complete the activities each week? If you want to make a commitment to the program for 6 weeks, what are we talking about? What do we need to be time commitment in a time commitment sense each week?
Sure. Yeah. We always say that the teachers no stress, enjoy, meaning that coming back to the 6 weeks, you can skip weeks, you can combine the first and the second week. Probably you will be having holidays, maybe 1 or 2 weeks during the project. So it's up to you. Even with just joining for like 3 different weeks, you can join the project. And it is completely on you to decide how much time you want to spend on it. It could be like half an hour a week or 1 hour, or some people are really spending 1 hour a day on the project. And it completely depends on you. So you are in charge and you are the one going to choose how much time you are willing to spend on the project.
So even a little can go a long way, right? And
Yes.
maybe if this is your first year as a teacher joining the Climate Action project, and if you feel a little bit overwhelmed, maybe you can start little by little, just dipping your toes into the water. And as you gain confidence, maybe next year you can dive a little deeper, because this is a project that happens every year, right, Koen? You have been doing this for how long?
Correct. So since 2017 already, so that's quite a few years, we've been running the project. And it's not only teaching about climate change, I would say. It is also being connected with teachers from across the world. So we have a free platform. Everything is free, what I'm about to share today. So you can join the platform and you can go and find teachers in other countries and other continents even, and you can exchange with them in Spanish. I think that's really important. The platform will translate all of your messages, everything you're sending and sharing with others. So it's a great way to create like an international network for yourself. And it's a great way to learn as well.
That was actually my next question. And I'm going to ask it anyway, because I think this is really important. Do teachers need to speak English to be part of the Climate Action Project? And what about the students? Do they need to understand and speak English, or else how are they going to connect with the other students?
Yes, I'm going to use two really complicated words here, synchronous and asynchronous. And let me tell it in a simple words, basically. You can learn from each other in a live way, like we are doing right now, but also in a way which is not live, basically. And it's up to you to decide what you want to do. And if it's not live, not happening at the same time, meaning that you are sharing what you've been learning with your students at the platform, you can do that in Spanish, no problem with that. If you want to have like a virtual exchange with other teachers at the same time, and we do know that students really love that part, you can do that in Spanish as well, because we have participants from so many different countries in Latin America and Spain, and they would be really nice to connect with you. So yes, you can do everything in Spanish. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And I'm sure many of us feel relieved about that. Okay, is there a certificate of participation for me or for the school or for the students? Can we showcase that we were a part of the Climate Action Project somehow?
I think teachers deserve to be recognized, yes, and we are doing that in different ways. Yes, everybody will get a certificate, a personalized certificate automatically at the platform, one for themselves as a teacher, one for the students, and one for the school. So 3 different certificates they will get for running the project. And we have an extra one, because the extra one is for a tree planting. If you decide like we are going to plant 1 or a few trees, you can do that and you will get like an extra certificate for that. And we have a new thing as well. For every small thing, every milestone you're going to do, you will get a badge on top of the certificate as well. So how do we like to recognize you? We give you like a global platform to showcase what you've been working on. We will be sharing it on newsletters. We will be sharing it through social media. And we have a network of 5 million people. So many people will pick up your work and will be amazed by it.
Wow. I just love all this. And well, here comes a huge surprise. As Koen has said, this is a 6-week-long party, but at the end, we have a larger party, a larger celebration. And I heard that we're going to have an online event with people from NASA, the United Nations, the WWF. If that's true, could please tell us and tell us how is that possible?
Yes, so people do like to celebrate, right? And I think what we try to do with a live online show at the end of the project, at the beginning of November, is that we want to put all the attention on you, basically. You will be part of the show. We will be featuring your work through small videos in most cases, which we show during the event. But part of the event, we also have like really important people and public figures and celebrities. And many of those have been president. Many of those have been minister. We have people who have been in space. We have 3 astronauts and really a really great amount of people who have been speaking. And so what is really great is that the students can ask questions to those famous people as well. For this year, we are going to try to have like a famous artist. Let's see who that is. We will be having a president who will be going to a school and so much more. So be surprised and you can join the event. And we really hope that you will enjoy it.
Just imagine your students being able to ask important questions to these people that have devoted their lives and their work to making a world a better place. And Koen, I'm stressing this again. This is free, right? Even the
everything is for free.
This is also free.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Everything is free. Yeah.
Everything is free. Okay.
Yeah.
How if a teacher wants to be part of the climate action project, what are the steps? What do they need to do? Where do they start? How can they say, I'm in?
Yes, very good question. So you go to the website, climateactionproject.org, and you find one big blue button, register, and it should appear in Spanish, the website. And you can just register yourself. It will only take a few minutes. And then you will find the platform, community wall, where you can put some messages, where you can build your own profile so people know you, where you can find other people, you can connect with them, and you can start running the project. At the platform, you can find a curriculum, lesson plans, activities, all interesting stuff you can use in your classroom. And we have been creating those with scientists, making sure that all of the data is accurate, basically, and also culturally relevant to all of the participants. So yeah, that would be the first thing, basically. And then we will be sharing guidelines and updates throughout the project. And maybe interesting to know is we usually run the project by the end of September and October, but you basically can run the project whenever you want. So you can do it in March, you can do it in whatever month you prefer. You're always welcome to join the project.
That's a big plus, because even though it's very nice to do it while most people are doing it, many teachers around the world, thousands of students are participating because of all the shared energy and, of course, this big party at the end of the 6 weeks. It may not be the ideal time for some teachers. So just register, and when you have the time to devote your 6 weeks or as little or as much as you can, you can dive right into the platform and use all these wonderful resources that Koen and his team have been crafting over the years for teachers like you and me. Koen, I can't help myself. I want to ask you, why? Why do you do this, Koen? Why the Climate Action Project?
It's really amazing to see the power of youth, but also the passion of teachers, I would say. And it's so rewarding to unite those teachers globally, basically. I once had a friend, Ken, from the Global Teacher Prize as well, from Australia, and he said that helping people is really addictive. And I have to say, I second that. It's really interesting to see how by working together, by collaboration, that we can solve some of the world's precious or most pressing problems, basically. And I think that is what we need to do. We cannot keep complaining about it and being scared about it. We need to do something about it. And education is a really crucial part of that. I think that everybody who listens to this acknowledges that part, that education is so important and we need to do more than just learning Spanish and math and science. We also need to solve some of the world's biggest problems. And that is why I continue doing this.
It's just inspiring, Koen. Just as many other projects you have been involved in, we heard about the Kakuma project. Maybe we can talk about that in another episode, another time, yeah. Because there's so much goodness over there to be shared. But right now, I think it's time for all of you teachers that got interested in the Climate Action Project. Remember, this is free, completely free, and you just need to register now because the project is starting shortly, very, very, very soon. So we are sharing right now in the description of this video the link that you can go to register, and also the social media handles that you can use to tag a Climate Action Project. And well, I hope you are inspired and will like to join us. My school is joining the project. As I said, we have been part of the project for many years now, so we're ready and jumping at the possibility of starting this very soon. I hope we can see you and your school, your students joining the Climate Action Project as well very soon, and we can be all together in this party. Koen, thank you so much. Any final words that you would like to say to the teachers in Latin America?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Elisa. It's really great being able to speak to our friends in Latin America. Really hope that you will be able to join, and cannot wait to see the impact you are creating, because that is what we are talking about, impact by teachers and students. Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Koen, and thanks everyone who joined this episode, the first one of our third season of Homeschool Casa y Escuela. I hope to see you all again in our next episode very soon. So, Koen, see you there at the Climate Action Project.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.